Can the Atlanta Hawks save their season? This is a team that's had a lot of turmoil. And if you look at it, Landry Fields is now the president of basketball operations. And we thought a trade for John Collins would occur. We now see that Clint Capella, he was out due to a calf injury, according to Brad Rowland of the Locked On Podcast Network. And it's crazy how much the Locked On Podcast Network has grown to like they're actually like officially like they're official sourced people. But DeJounte Murray and Trey Young are doing their thing. We see Onyeka Okongwu, he's growing and he's good, but it's the fouling that's keeping him from taking over the starting role. John Collins has been regressed to the fourth option, and sometimes even the fifth option, it seems like. And he's averaging 13 and 8, which is and like not shooting great. And I think that's just because the touches, you just can't get into a rhythm. But he's still providing defense when he tries. Same thing with DeAndre Hunter providing defense. But off the bench, we're seeing AJ Griffin, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson, the past game, against the Clippers, he was hitting his 3-point shot. And that's another thing is that the 3-point shot's what's holding him back from having, more minutes in the NBA. As he's someone who can play defense and rebound and pass the ball, but the offensive skill set isn't insane. But again, he's shown flashes of being able to do stuff. So you have a rotation there. Bogdan's arguably their backup point guard because Aaron Holiday didn't work out. Justin Holiday didn't work out either. I honestly thought Justin Holiday would work out, but he's been a negative. For some reason, he just couldn't replicate what he was doing earlier in his, a few seasons ago. I mean, Aaron Holiday, again, he hasn't been positive. So really, the bench, when with the healthy Clint Capella has been Onyeka Okongwu, AJ Griffin, Jalen Johnson, Bojan Bogdanovic. One might argue that's a little bit of an over-reliance on young guys. And Frank Kaminsky hasn't been a bad option when he's came on the floor. And I actually would be someone to argue that maybe they should be giving Kaminsky some more minutes. But again, there are limitations to Kaminsky defensively. And you look at this team, how do you save the Atlanta Hawks season? It does get a bit difficult. I mean, obviously, it all starts with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray. I think DeJounte is doing everything he has to. Trae Young, this is a team right now. They're the 22nd offense and the 16th defense. At least the defense isn't terrible. It's the offense right here. And when you look at these numbers, this is a team that is 24th in 3-point attempts. They're 27th in 3-point percentage, and they're 30th in the league in 3 points. Okay, so like 3 points made. So they're like one of the worst 3-point shooting teams. And this team is also, weirdly enough, the second in field goals made and third in field goals attempted. So they're just not taking like they're first place for second point attempts and not second 2-point attempts and 2-point makes. Like they score phenomenally inside, but this team isn't built to score inside. It's meant to score outside. And defensively fine, and they can grab rebounds. But the problem is they're not passing the ball. They're the 21st in assists. So it's really about ball movement and finding 3-point shots. That's their problem. They have a bad effective field goal percentage. They're 26 in effective field goal percentage. But the thing is their turnover ratio, they're one of the best, the turnovers, they barely turn over the ball. Or they're third in turnovers. And I just think their problem right here is defensively. Like rebounding, yeah, their total rebounds are nice, but they're a middle tier rebounding team. They're not a good shooting team. They don't get to the free throw line. And fuck. Their simple rating system is a team rating that takes into account the average point differential and strength of schedule, and the rating is denominated in points above/below average, which is 0 is the average, and they're negative 1.57. So this is a team that their strength of schedule hasn't been that hard, and they're losing. They're losing. DeAndre Hunter's their third leading scorer, and DeAndre Hunter's having a semi-breakout year this year. But the problem is DeAndre Hunter isn't playing defense like he has in the past. Like, that's just a fact. And if you look at it, his, you know, he's having arguably the worst defensive rating of his career this year, DeAndre Hunter, and he was supposed to be this do everything Swiss Army knife, a guy who could play shooting guard, small forward, and power forward. And he's really been a guy who could play shooting guard and small forward only. He can't rebound. Like, guy averages 4 rebounds a night, and he's like 6'8". So there's things that they need to do fix this season. I want to hear your thoughts.